it's Alisha here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what really assists in healing and what doesn't, and how to tell what's actually going to create the most for you and what isn't. And the most important thing to note is that any sort of healing modality or tool that you use or type of therapy or treatment that you decide to use, the most important thing that's going to assist you is if you choose this modality as a way to love and nurture yourself more, and not as a way to try to fix yourself or to make your symptoms or problems go away because you just can't feel them anymore and you don't want to feel them anymore. Even though that's the reason that you're doing it, obviously, is to make that thing go away, the pain go away, the symptom go away, the emotion to go away. If you go about it in that way, that you don't want to feel this anymore, you're actually creating resistance, and that is exactly what keeps the energy stuck, because emotions, all of that, it's just energy, and you keep it stuck exactly where it is when you create resistance. So you can try all of the healing modalities and treatments out there, but they're not really going to create a real shift in your healing if you're going about it in that way. And if you're going about it in a way that's really frantic, like I just am willing to try anything to not have to feel this way anymore, it's not going to create the most for you. And that's how you can tell if something's going to create the most for you or not. If it's like difficult to find, like you're frantically trying to find a certain type of doctor, you're researching for long periods of time until you finally find one, you're asking around and you're not hearing anything from anyone, chances are that's not the thing that's going to create the most for you, because you're not meant to be in pain. You're not meant to be in dis-ease or discomfort. It's because your body is trying to tell you something, and because there's something in particular that your body needs or wants. So it's not meant to be hard for you to find out what that thing is or what your body needs. And the more you relax and surrender to your emotions, the more those ideas can come to you, those synchronicities can show up, the right doctors will show up for you. But if you're actually living in resistance and suppressing yourself, then you're actually going to just keep attracting doctors that are residing where you're residing. So they're going to give you things that are going to match that. So maybe more medication to suppress your emotions. They're not going to really assist in your healing if that's where you're operating, is from a state of resistance. So the most important thing is to choose something, whatever you choose, and say, I'm doing this to love and nurture my body. Right there, you've already released any resistance, and you're going to create way more by doing that thing than if you were like, oh, I'm doing this thing because I just don't want to feel this way anymore. And the way that you can tell if something is going to create the most for you is that it's going to feel light and it's going to feel expansive. It's going to feel like a yes, like this is what I want to do. I really feel like this is going to assist me, and the resources are just going to come in if it's something that is really meant for you. Because that's another thing too. You might find something that you think would really assist you and you really want to do it, and you're like, oh, I don't have the resources for it. But if it actually is aligned with you and is what your body needs, then you will receive the resources for it. And it just requires a bit of trust and faith that you will receive everything that you need. But another thing to note is not to judge where you are and the things that you are doing or trying to heal from your trauma, your pain, your emotions, whatever it may be, because everyone has their own journey in the way that they need to heal. And it could actually be that you need to try everything under the sun to finally realize, oh, I was creating resistance by going about it this way. And then you'll finally surrender to your emotions and realize that that's actually what is going to create the most for you. And that's exactly what happened to me. Like I had depression for a really long time and anxiety, and I was trying everything out there to not have to feel that way anymore, and trying to like fix myself. Like, you name it, I tried it, and I was spending thousands of dollars on therapy to try to feel better, and it was getting me nowhere for years and years. And I finally just surrendered and was tired, really, of trying everything and getting nowhere. And it took me completely surrendering to my emotions for me to finally see a shift. And what's funny is I was like, I'm not going to spend any more money on therapy. I'm so done with this. It's getting nowhere. And then once I finally surrendered to my emotions is when that thing came in, which was exactly what I needed. That's when I discovered my mentor, Dr. Kim Duramo, who assisted me in moving through depression. And I had bought one of her programs, even though I was in this state where I didn't want to spend any more money, but I didn't even think about it. It was something that felt like a yes, and that's how you know it's going to create the most for you. It feels like a yes. You don't sit there and think and analyze it. You just know, and it feels right, and feels completely aligned with you. So I hope that was helpful in being able to understand what is really going to create the most for your healing journey and what isn't, and how to tell the difference. Pretty much, if something feels heavy and frantic and desperate, it's not going to create the most for you. And if it feels light and expansive and like a yes, and it's feeling aligned and it comes into your life easily and fluidly, then that is the thing that's going to create the most for you. And if you're frantically looking for it, researching to find something, chances are that's not the thing that's going to create the most for you. And what's really going to create the most for you is, no matter what you choose to heal, you do it in a way to love and nurture your body, and not as a way to not feel what you're feeling or to make something go away, because that just creates more resistance. So I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions about this video, leave a comment below, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell button if you want to be notified the next time I upload a video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.